All right, welcome back to episode 2, where I'm working with Ann Kibler. She's a makeup artist from Charlottesville, Virginia, and we're trying to solve her unverified Google business profile situation, but we're also trying to get her rankings back to where they were during the glory days of her business.
You did a great job recapping it, much better than me.
And so today we are going to explore the re-verification process. But I also want to talk about this situation because she has to update her address, because the old address, she can no longer verify that. She doesn't live there anymore. So she has to get a new address. And so we're debating whether or not it makes sense to verify at her new home address. Google has told her in no uncertain terms that her business is actually a service area business, so she should have her address hidden on Google. Now let's think about that. If she has to hide her address anyway, she can really have her address be anything. And so if that's the case, maybe we should leverage proximity. So if you do a search for wedding makeup Charlottesville, Virginia, which is the number one keyword she wants to rank for, look, here's the cluster of businesses here, right? This cluster is right around Google's centroid for Charlottesville, Virginia. And we know from the local search ranking factors that proximity to address is the number 3 most important local search ranking factor. So it's really a key factor. But take a look. This is the cluster of businesses, and you can see they're all, these businesses ranking right in the top here. They're all around there. Where is Ann's business? Womp womp. It's like way up here. It's a 17-mile drive.
I know, it looks so bad. Oh, when you showed this to me, I was like, oh my gosh, I really get it now. I mean, that is so clear as day.
So it's a 17-mile drive to the centroid. And it's really interesting to think about this because Ann has told me that in the, up until about 2018, she was doing really well and ranking really well. And organically, it's like the Knot, Wedding Wire, and then her business. She is really great organically. It's just locally not doing so good. And what's one of the main reasons for that? It's this proximity thing.
And that's what matters.
She has moved from this spot to this spot. So it's not really...
Two bad options.
She's not going to get a lot of benefit out of the new address because it's still very far. It's in the exact same zip code. It is not right in the centroid. Ann and I have discussed this. We've been looking at the address situation, and if we have to change the address anyway, she does. She has to update her business license. She's got to update her insurance. Yeah, everything has to be updated to a new address. Anyways, now would be the golden opportunity to get her a nice centrally located address. So I think, Ann, are you on board with this? We're going to get you a good address.
I'm on board. I'm ready.
This is a really cool trick that a lot of people don't know. How do I find out where the centroid is? Google gives you a hint because they generally put that label right on the centroid. But if you want to know exactly where it is, get directions. I want directions from Charlottesville, Virginia to Charlottesville, Virginia. There we go. I got directions. It's like it shows you a pin on the map of exactly where the centroid is. Okay, so now we are in this wonderful situation where Ann has to change her address anyways. So we're going to get can I get that address right there? That was like a park. Can I use that address? We really want to get the closest address that we can find to the centroid. And look at this. There's lots of great buildings around here, right?
So where is that? Can you zoom in?
Yeah, you're familiar with the area. So tell me, what do you see?
Oh, so the pavilion is centroid?
I guess so.
Okay, so that's the downtown mall where all Fridays after 5, if there's an open concert for families.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
That's kind of the outdoor venue. That's the big, there's a whole bunch of seats and where they have concerts and all that kind of stuff on the downtown pedestrian mall. It's this really quaint, historic kind of pedestrian mall where you can't have cars and you just kind of walk around with quaint little shops and restaurants.
So that's the centroid. Now look at all these great buildings here, right? So I want to just remind the viewers that Anne has to hide her address. She's technically a service area business. So what address she uses, it could be anything. She has to hide it anyways, but she still will have to go through video verification process. So if you go through video verification, you have to show, yes, we are actually, our business is registered at this address, even though we don't show it. You still have to prove that that is your address. And so we need to find a new address. So what we're trying to do is we want to rent a room. You have to prove to Google that you actually do operate at that location. And so we're going to update the official documentation. We're going to update the Google business profile, plus all the business listings. So Whitespark, of course, we're going to help with all that and get all her business listings updated. If you zoom in one more, I want to show you an exciting office from my perspective. Sealed with a Kiss bridal shop. What? It's like a 30-second walk from this address to the centroid, right? Look how great that is. So now Anne and I, our wheels are turning. We're like, how? How could we convince the owner of Sealed with a Kiss to let us rent an office within like the back room? Like, I keep thinking of that TV show Better Call Saul. I don't know if you've seen that, but he's like a lawyer and he's got an office in the back room of a nail salon. So it's like this nail salon and he's got an office in the room. That's what I picture for your official office, and we want to actually have it on your Google business profile. No one's going to show up at the office, but you do need a physical location. Every Google business profile is verified at an address. So the question is, what can we do to make that your address? So that's where we're at. Anne and I are going to try and come up with a really good offer for the owner of Sealed with a Kiss so that we can use a room in their location as our official business address and really dial in that proximity. So stay tuned. We'll let you know how that turns out. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Anne. And we'll see you in the next episode.